So I've got it online now. Glad that I did. So now, only thing here on my side is let's kind of just do a brief description. So what I got planned today, I want to show you guys. I actually have two cameras online. So I have this one directly in front of us, and then I have this one um, that's more for the painting that we're going to be doing than anything else. Very excited about that. And I want to kind of talk about what I got planned for Thanksgiving because next week I'm actually streaming on Sunday. That's going to be the 27th. Reason why is because the 26th next week I'm actually going to go get my hair done because it's getting long. As you guys can tell, it's like a foot now. Um, and I'm going to have it cut. Probably all the white's going to be cut, maybe a little bit less. And I'm going to have it dyed green. I'm really excited about it. It should be a blast. Um, can't wait, you know. Pretty typical me as far as getting hair done. Very excited about it. Um, and then for Thanksgiving, I think that what we have planned is we're gonna make a because pricing so high nowadays, right? So what we have decided is we're gonna make a beef Wellington instead of a turkey because for the same price we can buy 4 pounds of beef, and that's incredible that I can buy beef for cheaper than what I can buy poultry. I understand avian flu, got it, no problem. Um, so that's what I got planned so far. Very excited about um, me and my small family, and I say small family because it's me, my boyfriend, and my boyfriend's son. All three of us are going to enjoy Thanksgiving, you know. So with Thanksgiving, what we have planned is I told him that midday we were gonna have our Thanksgiving, and during that time, I told him I said well, at noon, me, him, and his son would all meet in the kitchen, and that he would have a duty, I would have a duty, and then his son would have a job. So his son's gonna be like stirring the mushrooms, making sure those don't burn, and then Ryan's going to be browning the sides of the roast before it goes in the oven. And then I'm going to be rolling out the parchment paper and then making sure that the um, pastry gets rolled out and flat. And then we'll take the mushrooms, we'll grind them into a paste, spread it on there. The sun will be done at that point, can go away because he doesn't like to be a social person, at least not with me, because, you know, I'm that other person that was in his life when he turned 15. So, I guess, because of when I showed up in his life, I'm not very popular. But, and then we have planned that nope, oh, sorry. Then we will have planned where the boyfriend will bring in the roast and put it on the pastry, and I'll roll it and score it, put it in the oven, and then we're gonna do the stuffing. We're gonna do Brussels sprouts with onions, and then we're gonna do hominy because that happens to be the son's favorite vegetable. So no, it won't be incredibly healthy, but B, we're having two um, well cooked vegetables, and we're having one main course and then one side dish. So I tried to make it kind of organized. And guys, I'm down to 213 this week. Very excited about my weight loss. Still working on it every single day, except on Saturdays. On Saturdays, I drink. I usually have donut day. I usually have a cigar. I don't count Saturdays. Don't judge. So really excited. Sunday, I was actually trying to decide on this. You like this color? I'm gonna try and hit that to be my color of my hair. It's gonna be stunning. Oof, oof. And I think it's gonna make my eyes look so much better because I got brown eyes or hazel eyes, depending on my mood. Not even kidding. It's really weird how my iris has changed colors. But I figure if I got neon green hair, it's really gonna make um, my light brown hazel eyes really show off. So we'll see. Um, and just like I told my grandmother, because she wasn't necessarily excited about my color decision, and I told her the same thing. It's just hair, guys. It'll grow out. It's all right. That's what I told her when I cut it all off too. Because before y'all guys met me, my hair was mid back, and it was that way since I was a kid. And I realized that I was going into my 30s wearing hair for other people. And my hair decisions were left up to what made other people comfortable, not with what I like. That's crazy. I don't care who you are. Wearing your hairstyle to be someone else's preference just blows my mind. But anywho, what happened this week? I didn't do much, but I got eaten alive by some bugs, and I'll show you in both cameras so you can see the difference in the cameras here. So, very first off, I got 4 spider bites right in a row, and I got one up here too, or a pair of them, I guess. But look how close I can get here. Look at those 4 spider bites I got, and then like for days afterwards, I couldn't even straighten my elbow because of like the swelling, and it's still pretty red, pretty swollen. You can tell even on the video, there's a very decided line of swelling. All of this is swelling. Nothing I can do about it. Try not to touch it like I was just now, but don't judge. It's one of my favorite words to say. So let's try and get in here what we're doing. Just like last week, we're still working on Gaston. This is my sister's cat. I have to get some water. It's dry. It's Oklahoma, mid of winter. I say mid of winter, beginning of winter. It's so dry. That's one of my goals this today actually. Is this afternoon I'm gonna take our humidifier and clean it, get it ready, and so that way we can sleep with that humidifier. It should make my lips a little bit wetter because it's dry. That's my second bottle of water today, and I'm halfway, making good progress. So we're 36 ounces down, 32 ounces down or so. We're trying to make 40. Woo, we'll make it. Probably by end of stream we'll have to refill it. But yeah, I'm glad to be here, guys. Really glad to paint with you, and we'll kind of just talk as we go. And so let's pull our really small palette. As always, it's always so small. This is my failed soiree from days of when I was pouring resin. And while we're at it, you see this here? This is moss for my terrariums. In fact, I was talking to a coworker that I trained with. Don't look at my underarms. I was talking to a coworker that I used to work with when I trained in person for the company that I work for now. Sorry, I thought I would show you guys my moss, and that's my paint water there. But I've got different kinds of moss here. This it looks dead right now, but look, it's just dry. You just gotta dry it, or gotta wet it. It'll come back in a couple days. It's incredible to come back through this as. But I was talking to somebody just the other day, this week actually. I was talking to them about having a moss terrarium, and told them that if they got the terrarium, because I know them, that they needed to get the tools, and that we would have a conversation, and based upon that conversation, I would make a terrarium. Ooh, Ooh, there you go. You can see it, not very well though. See that green on there? Absolutely beautiful. It's wonderful for grass on in a terrarium, especially if you're making a themed terrarium. I do this once or twice a week, especially in the winter because it gets so dry in here. And then watch me take a nice little clothespin, prop it open, increase the sun in here. So that way this little terrarium will be happy. It's not ideal, it's plastic, but it works. It keeps everybody happy. I say everybody, it keeps everyone in there happy. See? So let's go back. So essentially what we're doing today is we're working on Gaston, hoping to get some progress there. So absolutely beautiful cat. Scottish fold, straight-eared Scottish fold. Beautiful, beautiful cat. I'm trying to get the angle right now because I changed it. I'm sorry, guys. I like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to start on now that we have our palette. We have moistened. Perfect. Love it. Okay. So hopefully we're eventually going to get to a point where we have viewers. And when we have views, we'll hopefully beguile them into chatting with us while we're on stream, which would be nice. But right now I'm talking into a void, so it's going to be what I want to talk about in a second. So what we're doing is we're going to go through, and I wetted the wrong brush. What we're going to do is another one of those brushes that I've destroyed over time. See how it's real dense, real short, random hairs. That's what I'm looking for when I go in to densely add these cheeks. Like these have had now one coating over this under gloss paint, which this is the third layer. I left individual layers on purpose. So this is first layer on his feet. And then we went back with a second layer here and put in highlights. And then we went in third layer and put in shadows and light, really light highlights. And then now I'm going back in with a neutral hair coat. And then I need maybe 2 more neutral hair coats, different colors. And then we'll go in with a light individual hair pick of individual white or really light hairs. So that's what we're working on right now. So here we go, guys. I really hope to be a part of this, or y'all to be a part of this. Please, I was just telling my grandmother that I hope that I can eventually become self-sufficient here in streaming, but if not, I still enjoy doing it, and it's a good way to spend my Saturdays, get me up, get me going, and give me something to look forward to. So, here we go, guys. Going in with just a straight titanium unbleached white. Maybe it's better this way. Can you all read it? Ooh, yeah. Unbleached titanium white. Sorry. Ooh. I have to beat this one a little bit less when I beat on the side because the metal that holds it onto the actual paintbrush to the stick has already fallen off with this guy. But I love it so much that I've just taped it back. So I can't just beat it as I'd want to get all the moisture out. So what we do very first off is I load it with color. So I repeatedly dip it into color and then rake it off until just about every hair has been coated about halfway. So notice just about halfway. And then I do a test on my skin because I want to know what weight do I need to put onto it to get paint off the way I want it to. So here I've bristled 5 or 6 times and I have about 9 specks. So that's going to be good. So I like that. So really light touch is what I know I need to do to the actual palette to get the results that I want. So now when I'm doing a memorial piece, I know I talked about this on last stream, I usually ask for 2 to 3 pictures. The very first picture is usually the picture that they put on like Instagram, that they put on Facebook when they say, oh my goodness, my cat just looked beautiful today. Then usually the second one is a puppy or a young kitten picture. Usually one that they remember, that's their cat. And then usually the third one is one that's usually not the best picture, but usually has 1 or 2 things that the owner loves about that particular picture. And so I have a conversation just like I do when I do a terrarium or when I do any kind of piece. I have a conversation and we talk about those pictures. What do those pictures mean to you? And I'm so sorry that your cat or your loved cat or loved dog is gone, but tell me about them. This is a beautiful Scottish fold that's very close in the family that multiple people within the family loved and had an emotional tie with. Not only the son that's 10, not only the mother that had him for his whole life, but also the grandmother absolutely loved this cat and had a relationship with this cat. Not only did one direct family member love them, multiple people did. So this was a hard passing. It really hit the family hard. I didn't have any direct contact with this cat, but I know the meaning that this cat had on so many lives. So I'm trying to take my time, try and take my meaning, and all of that paint that we built, all that paint that we worked so hard on getting in is gone. All of it, it's gone. See, it's gone. We got an empty brush again, but it's okay. Still moist. That's what I'm doing here when I run it on my finger. Is that brush still wet? Yes, it is. So we're going to go directly back in and start working that brush back into the paint. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm shooting for half, pull, half, pull. And look, I'm not even painting directly or going for the center of the blob because most people go in the center of the blob and they get way too much paint and it goes all the way to the fulcrum. I don't know if that's the right word. But I am going right where this paint, if you'll notice, right where the edge of this palette is. And look, I got paint on me. Instead of going to the center, I get a large amount of paint. Now I'm going to go here. And again, I'm going to go to where that bubble starts and pull away. Bubble, pull away. Bubble, pull away. Okay? Picking up paint. So now we still got to test. This is how I ended up with paint all over, and this is why I got this tattoo here, to hide the fact that I paint all over myself all day, every day, trying a very mild touch. And see, it's different this time. I'm only getting 2 because I got paint off my hand. So we need to go with a pretty sporadic movement this time. Yeah, pretty sporadic. So every once in a while I'm looking just over y'all's head, just a hair. I say that. Yeah, just over your head of hair. So that way I can look at the picture. So I reference picture that I'm using. So that way I can see how his hair was laying in that picture. Because I guarantee it, my sister and the family members associated are looking at that very picture almost on a daily basis right now. Because it was hard. It was a sudden passing. There wasn't, it wasn't something where Gaston just hung on for a long time and lingered or anything like that. It was a sudden passing where not many people knew it was coming till right at the end. And I think that says a lot about the cat. He didn't want a lot of people sad about his passing either. Um, he knows that he made a lot of impression on this family. So I'm glad to be a part of the closing chapter. I am glad to be a part of that mourning and healing, that has to take place when you lose an animal or a loved one in any way, shape, or form. Gone again. So now we're going back to the bubble. I really wish y'all could see this better. Add it. Pull. Add it. Pull. Add it. Pull. But that's what I'm doing today. Looks like I'm collecting paint at the bubble. I'm not. Just outside of the bubble. Letting gravity do all the work for me. See, now we got lots and lots of paint. But only about halfway up. That's what I'm looking for. But anyways, while I do this, let's try to go on to something that's a little bit less heavy. Have a nice little bit easier of a conversation here. So I say that as I roll right into rewatching 13 Reasons Why. I don't know if you've seen it. Really sad show on Netflix. Really heavy message associated though. And absolutely love the message. And it was, I've dealt with depression my entire life. I think it's kind of the whole creative way. I know that other creatives in my life also struggle with their mental health. So for some reason, in that creative mind space, you may not always have the most healthy mindset. And so I know that I dealt with that. I'm sorry if any of you guys deal with that. It's rough. And I think the biggest thing that I was taught while I was struggling, I was encouraged to reach out. And I found 2 or 3 people what I considered anchors. Those anchors in my life are my mother and my boyfriend. And I thought really long and hard before I picked an anchor. And the reason why is because I needed them, regardless of my relationship with them, to be there for me. I don't care who you are. You gotta be pretty close to somebody before you're gonna say, you know what, even if I'm mad at you, even if you do the worst thing in the world, you matter. Not only do you matter, but my life is better because of you. And that's a hard thing to find in somebody. And so when I was challenged and asked to find an anchor, it took me a long time before I was comfortable saying who my anchor was. It doesn't take anything now for me to say it. My mother's my anchor. And she helps me regulate, and I regulate with her. And I regulate with my significant other. He does it very well as well. He very much helps me regulate. And when I say he helps me regulate, he helps me find a center. So what I'm doing right here is I'm easing that transition in between colors. Love it. Beautiful. We gotta do the other side now though. And I use them as, and I say that so horribly, I use them. I use them as anchors so that way I can make sure that I can find cinder. So I struggle with mental health. I have my whole life since I was about 13 years old. I've struggled to find center. And that's really hard when you're somebody that's manic depressive like I am. And knowing that my mood swings can rapidly change and I will not be in a healthy mindset to make decisions, sometimes multiple days in a row, that's scary. And the way I choose to regulate that is I have a couple of centers in my life, or I guess anchors in my life that help me find that center, to help me find what is healthy. And they help me. They don't point it out and say, like, Bridget, you're not coming from a healthy mindset right now. They don't. They're not that kind of person. What they will do, though, is they will, when they see something that's not the healthiest, yes, they point it out, but they choose to do so in a healthy way. Really pretty color coming in here. Um, my mother, she has emotions just like we all do, and how she chooses to share her emotions isn't always the most politically correct. Um, but she is a very happy person overall. And I love that about her, and it helps me see the happiness in life. Because in my job, I currently, while I can't tell you the company I work for, I am a licensed, I am a licensed property adjuster, property insurance adjuster. So I specialize in first notice of loss. So I'm the person when you call after a catastrophe or an event happens to your home. I'm the first person with insurance that you talk to that builds your claim, that asks you all those difficult questions, asking you to go room to room in your home and say, what's the damage in this room? And it's a hard job. So I'm going to try and get just this side of his face in frame here. Just give me just a second. So when you're talking about having that kind of a hard of a job, it's difficult. Um, Sometimes to find that joy and easiness and happiness in life. And my mother very much helps me find that. And it's beautiful. I love it. I love every bit about that woman. Um, and her helping me find that medium and happiness in life. And my significant other, I love him just as much. In fact, my some family members sometimes will say that he's held me back, or I have stopped progressing in life, waiting for him to become available to move to Arkansas and stuff. And it's true. I have stopped moving forward. But that's one thing I love most about my significant other. Um, he taught me when it was okay to let go. Because nothing ever is going to happen exactly how you expect it to. And I obsess um, over everything, just like I obsess with how each pull of the brush is. And I obsess over how the paint is loaded onto the brush. And I obsess on how much you guys see in this window. I obsess in every part of my life. I always have. Um, and the fact that my significant other every once in a while set me down and say, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's okay. It's okay to not know something right now. It's okay that you can see this side of the face right now. It's all right. Something else happened. I want to show y'all guys. Um, I put real flecks of gold in his eyes, which I really love. You see those little flecks right here? Look, these little flecks here and here. That's real gold. I put that in this week while I was working. But I Love that about my significant other. Every once in a while, he'll look at me and he'll say, "It's okay. I know it didn't happen exactly how you wanted it to. I know the person that cut your hair didn't cut it exactly the way that you wanted it to. But guess what? It's okay. It's just hair. It'll be all right." And my significant other is incredible at being able to say that. And he honest to goodness believes it. And, sorry, obsessing again on how the paint is loaded onto my brush. Beautiful. But the great thing about obsessing every little thing is when I put that hair down right there, I know it's exactly the way I wanted it. It's perfect. Um, and I'm learning from him to be okay when it happens sometimes, when things don't happen exactly the way I want them to. Now you gotta zoom out and look at the whole. So we've just been working on this side, on this stream. We painted very little on this side. And while we didn't make anything big changes here, when you zoom out, when you look at it, here, let me zoom out for y'all guys to look at it. Look at that. Look at that guy coming in there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Sorry. While we're being successful, we're going to move to a different. No, we're not. Sorry. So I've been watching 13 Reasons Why. Horrible things are talked about. It's very sad. But I enjoy it. It's um, it's a show I enjoyed quite a bit when it first came out. Not gonna lie, I was shocked at what they were talking about. I'm not gonna ruin anything because not I don't like things ruined for me. But if if you have mental instabilities like I do, take it with a grain of salt, and maybe it's not going to be the show for you. I most definitely wasn't ready, and I wish somebody had warned me like that. But hey, it's all right. All right. Anyway, sorry. I apologize for being quiet here. Um, so I know last stream I talked to you guys about God of War. I want to say I'm maybe 6 hours into it. Um, what is that, like eighth of the way done with it? Love it. I always liked God of War because I liked the um, mythology that's in there. And while it's not accurate to actual mythology, um, getting to fight with actual gods was always really cool for me. I love that. Um, Especially being young and impressionable at the time. Really loved that. Um, Now being less impressionable, but being young at heart, I still absolutely adore it. And um, highly recommend it. Again, I'm not a huge critic. I know when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I'm going to be such a good critic someday. I'm not. I'm not. I'm too biased, or I'm not biased enough. I'm like, hey, it's all good. You didn't kill me. The food was all right. Saying that, like in my town that I live in, I'm like one of the top 5 reviewers on Google, and I'm like, it didn't kill me. It's all right. Wasn't flavorful. 3 stars. And then other people are like, oh, we went there and they had kind of expensive burgers. 1 star. I'm like, what? It was expensive, but it was good, wasn't it? So, me being not picky over here, um, I'm also playing, of course, just like all people from the 90s are playing right now, the new generation of Pokemon that came out, what was it, the 18th? Yesterday? Ooh, I wanted to get up at midnight and play it. I'm not going to lie to you, I thought about it, but I had to go to work in the morning. I had to be at work at 8 a.m., so that wasn't going to happen. So instead, I did my work, and I only played about an hour of it last night after I got off work, maybe hour and a half. I got to the point where I could put in my code um, and redeem my points that I got from Nintendo from buying it. Um, so that was nice. Looky there. Look at Gaston. Now we gotta add some orange. He's got some orange that comes in here. Looks like he's got some orange that comes in here. And he looks like he's got some orange that comes in on his bottom of his cheek. So we're gonna add some of that in there now. Kind of like this. He's got some here. He's got some here. He's got just a little bit in his forehead. Almost like a really broken heart. Sorry. That's gonna be sad. We may not put that in there. Doubt that those people knew. Now after this paint load, I'm going to need to wash my brush out and get it moist again because we're starting to get dry. Puts down the colors a little bit harsher, as you notice. There we go. We still need to put some cream back in there, just like we did this one. Got some cream in here, almost like a check. And we got like a, comes right down from here. Here's that heart that I was saying. A real rough heart. And we almost got a complete circle here. He's a pretty cat. We got a little bit of a blaze coming up here. This cheek. And then you can see, just like this guy, just like under his eye. Looks like he's getting a little bit old here. Got a little bit of a crease there. God, he was a pretty cat. Love it. Now, I'm going to bring my light back in here. You may see it for a second. This is just because looking in light is very important. This is a very low light situation. I got light here. I've got light here directly on me. Sorry about my underarms. Don't look at them. But this is I don't know who built this home, but they built like prison style windows. This is like, when I stand up, I'm still not as tall as that window. I can't look out that window. Like, who builds windows that tall? Keep in mind, I'm 5'4", so if I was 6 foot, I might be able to see out that window. But who does that? Who makes a window that tall? The windows right there aren't that tall. Those are like waist high. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, sorry. Sorry about my rant. My random rant. I apologize. I do that in normal life too, not just when I stream. So looking at this in light, in intense light, matters too, because my sister's home, this painting's for. Sorry guys. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. In fact, here. Love it. Cool beans. Alright, so now we're going to go back in and retreat these oranges with a little bit of white, pale it out a little bit. Perfect. I would have that light on all the time, but one, it's in the way, and because you're already, guys, this is like 6 inches from me, maybe less, and you guys are like a foot from me, maybe 2 feet, because you're half the length of my body, so 2.5 feet. Um, so got that washed out, completely clean again. I say that as I rake out some goo, some paint goo that is green, orange. It's not clean. Don't mind me. So, um, fully playing Pokemon games, playing my God of War game, and I'm still playing Elden Ring when I get the chance with my mother. Absolutely enjoy that. Something about being half liquored up, playing with my mother, giggling as we walk off the cliffside accident, and as we're fighting one another, or as we go and decide we're gonna go and kill a boss together and not even get 2 hits on him and die. This is part of the fun because um, acting like your children while you're grown, it's fun. Much cleaner now. Can you see it? Oh, that's how clean I like them. So, loading up my clean brush again. Next thing that I want to rant at as I, you know, start hair picking or picking individual hairs on top of orange. Um, Waiting on commissions right now. So excited if y'all see me on any of my Instagram or my TikTok or my um, Patreon or my website or my Facebook for my business. You've probably seen posts. In fact, I talked to my website host today for like, I don't know, 2 hours. Unhappy with their support as I'm trying to make these posts encouraging people to buy art for their loved ones for Christmas, and it's not letting me post. Making me mad. So if you notice, I'm putting color in and I'm immediately pulling it back off. And so really trying to go light here, guys. See, you can still see his check mark there, but it's less harsh. Beautiful. But working on some commissions. I've got somebody that's interested in doing a terrarium. I talked to you guys about that already. Then I've got somebody that's interested in painting. She's related to me, so I'm excited about that. And right now, honest to goodness, my a lot of my paintings are going to people that I that are family members because they can get me exposure because they have different friends than I do. It's plain and clear as that. So they have different friends than I do. They have different immediate family members than I do, and so they're getting commissions. Like my sister, she's got all of her teachers, she's got all of her friends, and I don't know any of them. And so her painting will come with heart, it'll come with love, and it also comes with a fistful of my business cards. Here, I'll show you guys my business cards because my mirrorless camera, my small one here, will show you more than anything else. Let's go with a picture that I'm not, or one that I ever pull out. Okay, so here's my business card. Woo. There it is. Look, y'all are on there too. And then on the back, it's got 3 paintings of mine that, hey, is back here. Oh, the guap is not, but absolutely beautiful in my opinion, but it's my business card, so of course it's going to be right up my alley as far as my tastes. And then next thing I want to go over is we're going to go to our levels of tiers. So if you come and want to support me on Patreon, again, I have tiers that we're going to go over. I usually do this halfway through stream. My stream's a little short today. It's been about an hour. I probably will be closing it pretty soon because we did do his face today. I need to do some white picking in here. I need to do, and then his face should be done other than his ears, of course, because they are still raw canvas right here. So they need 3 or 4 layers of paint. Because I think we're on, what did we say? We have 1, 2, this has 3, this is 4. So this will need 5 or 6 coats of paint, his ears alone, just to get the depth and the curvature. A lot goes into it. But anyways, so now we have the different stages of painting, which I like. I'll probably even it up tomorrow, home alone, just in the morning, just getting ready for everything. But if you want to support me to be on my streams, all that kind of stuff, we're going to talk about the levels. There's going to be a lot of repeating because when you go up, you not only get to keep all the layers below, just like my painting, you get to take all the best things and hide all the worst. So we get to hide all the fact that the heavy-handed off-color red, but you get to keep that, hey, there is red underneath there, and you can tell there's several layers of red in there. So bear with me while I have my horrible repeating here. So very first off, my base tier, that's $10 a month that you pay Patreon. 9 of that goes to me. So with that, you get to be a part of my streams. You get to be here. You know when my stream is. You get a message from Patreon saying, hey, Bridget's made a post, and you go in there, and Chasing a Dream Artistry is viewing and streaming now. You're there. You'll always know when my streams are going to be, just like we know, hey, next week on Sunday, that's the 27th, is when we're going to stream. It's going to be noon. And I stream for a couple hours. Sometimes it's longer than others. And when I get a stream and I have a lot of people online, it's going to be a little bit longer. Bronze. Not only are you there for stream, you also get to vote for the next painting. So once I do have bronze subscribers for $20 a month, you get, and there will be a set jug that sits on my desk throughout the stream. And at the end of stream, I will pull out and show you, here's what we're painting next time. That's going to be cool because y'all guys will get to be a part of my process, because right now I paint commissions, and if I don't have commissions, I paint whatever comes to mind. So this last time I went to Arkansas, I saw this lizard in somebody's hand on Facebook talking about this specific species of lizard and how they're very hard to breed in captivity. So like 90% of the lizards that are in reptile keeping are taken from the wild. And so make sure that you get them from a reputable breeder, not just from poachers. So that's where this painting came from. I pulled a lizard that was in somebody's hand and I put him back where he belongs. That's just like this one here. This painting was a picture of my sister taking picture of 2 lionfish in a small tank at the Tulsa Aquarium. I'm not saying anything about Tulsa Aquarium. We're not going to go there. But I put them back where they were supposed to be. This is just a really cute squirrel. I don't know if it's a squirrel. I saw online. Loved it. Ursula, one of my favorite bad guys of all times. Loved her. So she got to be a part of my wall. Octopuses. Love octopuses. Could never keep one. For some reason, I'm really good at painting lizards, so he got to be on my wall. So right now, 100% of my paintings are made, the decision is made by me. So if you're a bronze level at 20%, once a stream, you get to vote. If it's G rated, I will put that vote, crumple it, I'll put it in a pot. And then at the end of the pot, I will shake or stir, depends on how many there are. I'm hoping that someday I'll have to stir it. And then I pull. And I show you on screen who recommended this painting and what are we painting. You don't pick the actual subject, however, you will get to say, hey, I want a straight ear Scottish fold painted on stream. I draw it before stream next time, and then we'll paint it together on stream. Of course, I'll finish it off of stream, but hey, it's alright. Now, question, guys, I want you to respond, hopefully, either on this video, which right now I have 0 people on stream, so doubt that's going to happen, or if you want to message me on Facebook, or message me on Instagram, or even on YouTube, let me know. Do you like the dual screens? Do you like the 2 cameras? I try to focus on this one because I can't pop in that little bit of screen. It's way too close to me. But not only do you get to vote on next stream, or painting rather, you get to vote on times quarterly. So I ask quarterly so that way I know in the next 4 months what I work. So I can say, hey, I'm not busy during these times. Is this something that you're interested in? And then you guys get to decide out of those hours. Sorry. Y'all get to decide out of those hours what hours you want streamed, because my one Patreon subscriber right now, I messaged her this weekend asking her why she's never on stream and messaging me while we're streaming. And she said flat out, it's a bad time for me. I can't be there for stream. Hey, this is what I have. I don't have a way of changing my streaming times, so this is what I work right now. Now, not only in the bronze tier for 20 months, you get to vote on my next painting, be there for streams, vote on times quarterly, but also you get 5 pages a month. These pages are coloring pages from paintings that I have done. I open the cells, I pull the color, I leave like the bark on the tree, the squirrel in the knot hole, and Ursula and her eels, and I strip it of color. I leave the bubbles. And you know what? If you want, you can even change it further than that. If you like the egret and you want to add twice the feathers, on the crown, you absolutely can. Now, only thing I ask, whether you paint, whether you, like I do, or take like a heavy watercolor and you watercolor with it, or use pastels, or color with crayons, or show me up with your like pencil skills, anything like that. I would love to see it. Hashtag chasing a dream, so I can see them, so I can enjoy them. Also, highly recommend just posting it on my Instagram, or on my website, or on my. If y'all start showing me a lot of them, I will absolutely make a page on my website devoted to you guys. So you can see my stream, so you can be there, and also so you can show me those 5 pages a month that you get of my paintings where I've stripped the color. You pick 5 of them a month. You can do anything you want with them during that month except make money. If you guys start making money off of them, if you start binding them and selling them, or if you make like a coloring book and start selling them, I will have to make them go away, okay? And I will take that away from you guys. So these are my artworks. These are my signed artworks, and they're copywritten. So if you take them and start selling them, I will remove them. Not only will I remove them because I can prove they're my artworks, not only will I remove them, but I will also make it not a part of my Patreon subscription. So I don't want to do that, guys, because I think it's a really cool option. But That's my only stipulation. Don't make money on it. So 2, next tier. Not only do you get to be a part of my stream, not only do you get to vote for my next voting, for my next painting, my stream times, my 5 coloring pages a month. You also get to not only all that, but once a month I will send to you a random picture that I have hand painted. These are a little smaller. These are 5x7 paintings, 5-inch bus, 5-inch bus 7-inch. Not a huge painting, however, it is a free painting that is mailed to you at my expense. These are canvas or canvas on board, like this one is. It's a hard board that has canvas stretched onto it. So it's one of the two. So it's either a canvas or it's a canvas on a board. So either way, it's mailed to you. It's hand painted. They're not ink, nothing like that. They're hand painted, and there's going to be random. You don't know what's coming to you. It could be a frog. It could be a lemur. It could be a Jack Sparrow. It could be a fish. You'll never know until it comes to you. And we may end up painting some on stream. Say that, hey, we got like 50 subscribers at 30 a month silver tier. I may paint some on stream so y'all can see that process where you see me pull one, paint it on stream, but you will not know if that's coming to you every month. It's not going to be me painting 50 squirrels and everybody gets a squirrel. That's not how it works. So what it'll be is I will be painting small paintings as well. They will go out once a month, and once a month you will get a really cool painting that is to do with what you want to. You can take it to your office, you can leave it on your desk at home, you can hang it on your wall like I've done with mine, you can put it in your windowsill, or you can sell it. That is your painting. Do with it what you want. I hope that you don't paint or you don't sell them, but I understand once you get 12, 20, 30, after you've been my subscriber for a while and you get a lot of them, you may have to put some maybe in storage. Maybe you'll have to make a mural like I've started doing. What you choose to do with them, they're yours. I'm not going to stipulate that at all. Now, what's the difference between $30 and a $40 subscription? What's the difference between you as a silver tier and a gold tier? The only difference is what if you want one of these, or this one, or this one? These are online. Like I think my most expensive one is this one. Let's see what he is right now online. Lizard's online for 80. Trying to find the other one. Lionfish 30, Tree Frog 25, Ursula 50, Tarsier 30, Octopus 50. Sorry, I'm just giving y'all pricing. Got a Little Mermaid, she's over there for 45. Crane and Swamp 50. Chipmunk 40. This guy's 120. And it's purely based upon the layers that he's got. He's got smooth water, and then he's got scales that you can actually feel. 120. Say you want this guy. You're a subscriber. If you upgrade to a gold tier, you'll be put in a drawing, a separate drawing from this guy. Separate drawing from the next painting. Once a quarter, live on stream, I will pull a name from a hat. Every successful month that you are a gold tier subscriber, you will be in a drawing. Live on that drawing, I will pull a name out of the drawing. Your name will be shown on screen, and I will discuss how I will be sending a message to you privately with a 100% off coupon. They're original every single time. It's not going to be, hey, once you've won, you're never back in it. If you're my only gold subscriber once a month, you'll be in a drawing for up to $120 immediately back. Not only are you a part of the stream, part of the next painting vote, part of the 5 coloring pages a month, part of the 5x7s that are online for 25. Not only do you get all these things quarterly, you're in a drawing for a 100% off item in my store. So you get to go to my website with a 100% off coupon. You put it in the cart. You put in your address. You don't have to like email me your address because that would be weird. You put it into my website. I get a label. Put it on the label. Wrap it, of course, in bubble wrap, and it's sent to you, and you get it 100% off, which is incredible. So those are my tiers, guys. And of course, I'm going to recommend them. You don't have to. I always post my videos online after I do them. And I hope that y'all start being a part of my stream. If you're not, it's okay. I'm enjoying this. I think it really helps my art improve because I'm here online showing you guys what I'm doing. It makes me focus more. Not only that, it gives me something to focus and be excited for the weekends even more. Helps me get up early in the morning on the weekends and be a part of it. So I'm glad that you guys are here today. I'm sorry I got to cut it short. I got some stuff I got to do today. I hope that y'all have a good week. And hey, if you're looking for something for family members, friends, give them something a little bit different this year. Give them a piece of art. Like I said, you can get them for 20, 30 bucks. Something that they will see every single day. They'll post it somewhere, put it on the wall somewhere. They will think about you every day that, hey, that's something that my best friend got me, or that's something my sister got me. And they'll think about you every single day that they look at it. We didn't talk about all the things I had planned today. I'm sorry. I guess we'll talk about these new post-its next week. See, look. Bam. But I appreciate you guys so much. I want to thank you for being here during my streams. I want to thank you for being a part of this journey. And I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And make it something special. Enjoy your weekend. And I can't wait to see you next week. Until then, bye from Chasing a Dream Artistry.